What's the hardest thing about running a sixth form?
Wow, what a question.
I think the natural perception of teachers is the fact that we know it all.
Well,
The nagging.
Mr. Simcox is ultimately in charge, but the nagging, yeah.
We come across that we have all the information, that we're wise, that we got A stars at everything, we got A's at our A levels and did wonderful degrees and stuff, and actually I was never like that. I get where I am because I worked really hard.
I'm very straight with students in terms of you need to have a pen in your hand when you're writing, and I think sometimes students see that as being sarcastic when actually the fact is they do need a pen.
Sixth form is arguably as hard as university, and that's the other challenge. We're asking people to do really difficult things, not just one subject but four.
And they say the step up from GCSE to A level is harder than A level to the first year of university. So that's what we're dealing with on a daily basis.
When I see a student who's struggling and I see someone who doesn't quite get it, I want to reassure them and say, well actually how was you? I struggled. I found it really difficult. And if you work hard, if you try your best and persevere, then you can do anything that you want to do.
Do you have a teacher at school that inspired you, that made you want to
Yeah,
become a
definitely.
teacher?
My German teacher.
You go first.
Yeah, because mine was in black and white, so it was obviously very different.
I had a teacher when I was at school who was my RE teacher who I loved. And I think he was a really great guy, really brought it alive to me, made it interesting, enlivened it. And that's what inspired me really. I wanted to do something with that knowledge that he gave me.
I can't remember all the names, but certainly Mr. Naylor, who was my English teacher in year 9, he was different because he was probably the youngest teacher that I'd had.
One teacher stuck in my mind as someone who I worked really hard for.
He was the most scary teacher in the school, but I liked him.
Yeah.
I liked how he worked. I liked, the encouragement that he gave you if you were doing badly.
And it's an absurd thing to say, it's because I was scared of him.
And he inspired me to want to learn languages because he was so passionate about them.
Yeah.
That's what inspired me.
A lot of my teachers at the school I went to were relatively old, a little bit set in their ways, and this guy came in and he seemed to be, pretty young, pretty modern.
I really enjoyed year 4. I had a teacher called Mrs. Harris, and
You remember the year
yeah,
that stuck
year
out
4.
as being good?
Yeah, she was a really good teacher. I liked her.
He did bits of poems, bits of drama, bits of novel, and for me that was good. I get bored quite easily, and I like to do different things every lesson, and even within a lesson I like to do different things.
My business studies teacher I really enjoyed business at school, and also a lot of people in my family are teachers as well. So, but also on top of that, I would say a lot of teachers we work with here are brilliant, but Mr. Jansen in particular, kind of certainly when I began at Christ College, saw him and you guys around, I was like, wow, if they make you want to teach, don't they?
And then actually my chemistry teacher, who I decided not to be a chemist, but my brother went into chemistry teaching, and we both had the same teacher at school, and he was kind of mad, really. I mean, the word is eccentric, and he used to talk about colourful chemistry, and he'd get all the different chemicals out and all these colours and mix things together and do the flames and do all the tricks really. And that was the only science I did, and I think that's probably why I stuck with chemistry, because again the fun element came through.
Teaching is hard, it's really hard work, but it's so rewarding. And the other nice thing about our job is there's always a finish line, isn't there? And that's July.
Yeah.
Some careers you don't get that, it's just continuous, isn't it?
How do you feel All Saints Academy has allowed students to develop?
I think this is a really great place. I really do.
I think we nurture every child individually, and I think we don't just put a blanket over the top of every class.
We've got the most up-to-date, astonishing building.
With the staff who care for them, with the school who's putting structures in place to help them develop and grow.
I would say All Saints Academy, in terms of the faith side of it, definitely builds the community. I think there's a strong ethos here. I see a lot of students working with other students.
When we sent off students and staff to Africa, the community really pulled together for that. I mean, we spent a year raising money. £34,000 isn't a small amount of money, and that was raised purely by the students, the staff, and the community.
Yeah. I couldn't put it better myself than that. Oh, plus we've got a £24 million school. I mean, whenever you show any other teacher around, they're from another school, they're always in awe of what
Wow
we've got.
factor.
Every year we hold the annual business studies teachers conference here. It's always here because we've got the best school. I think that kind of sums it up, really.
We're a Christian academy, but it doesn't mean you have to be Christian. But it means that we hopefully foster elements in you about why it's important to love justice and look at people fairly, about why it's important to persevere and to forgive others. I think that's what this academy's got. It's got a heart, and I think that's the most important thing for me.
What is the one thing you hope you have done for your pupils by the time they leave secondary education?
Well, difficult to answer one thing.
They must know how to do a double Windsor tie knot, like that.
I personally believe that the least we can give students when they leave school is GCSEs and A-levels. The most we can give them is an understanding of themselves, an understanding of the world around them and how they respond to other people.
Ultimately, what do I want? I want my students to feel confident that they're educated, confident that they're ready to face a job, the world of Cheltenham, Gloucestershire, or anywhere around the world. And if they feel that confidence through English, maths, media, anything really, then I would say that's been successful.